What's good, Denver?
What's good, Denver? How are you? I hope you're doing great. Parents, are you adjusting to the school year, or are you struggling like me? I had a conversation with Ozzo, our sports correspondent for the podcast this morning. He said, Dad, I don't like sandwiches. I'm like, well, what are you supposed to do for lunch? He's like, I don't know, fried chicken? I'm like, I'm not making fried chicken. And it was particularly discouraging because I pride myself on my sandwiches for my kids in the morning. So what I've been doing is I do my own pickled onions. I make my own dill pickles, and then I take a store-bought pepperoni. I dice that up. I put a little bacon in there. I chop up some turkey on there and just dress it with a little salt and pepper and mustard. Toast the bread. Dude, it's out of control. It's one of the best sandwiches ever. I don't like sandwiches. So that was my reality for this morning. However, I know that as the school year progresses, we're going to get it together. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, I hope your day's going better than mine. We're going to jump right into events today, and we have a special feature after events, which are movies. And these are movies that are tangentially correlated with Denver in some capacity. There are some really good ones on there. I can't wait to get into it. Tom, how is Troy? Do I have to have my camera open on him like this in order to get him in?
Let's see if I go to you right there. Yeah, no, we're not set up to get Troy right now on video, but we could hear him.
Okay, cool. If we get it, we'll work to get Troy on there because truly he is the looks of the crew, aside from Olivia, of course.
Putting Troy out front. Nice save, though. Yeah. I was about to just get up and leave.
How dare you? Just kidding. Everybody here is equally attractive in their own ways, but no especially Troy. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're all the way in San Diego. I'm getting a creepy vibe from Ryan this morning.
We'll have to get an official ranking put together so we know who is the most attractive and who is the least attractive.
Yeah, we're on video, so go to YouTube and you can vote, but it just don't submit those votes because I know where I'm coming in this four-way.
Positive comments only, though.
Good call. All right, I'm jumping right into events. Here we go. Okay, I got several. One, I'm talking about Friday, September 15th, 7 p.m. at Dazzle is the songwriting of Ron Miles with the Royston Five, which is Rudy Royston's quintet. I'm sure his family will also be in attendance. The Royston are absolute jazz legends in Denver. And they are honoring the music of Ron Miles. May he rest in peace forever. Love you, buddy. Also Friday, I believe, late night in their piano lounge is Tania. Shout out to Tania. She's a good friend of mine, and her piano trio is absolutely extraordinary. Moving quickly. We also have a really cool event put on by the good folks at Rhino Velo. Rhino Velo is a bike shop at 35th and Walnut. They really specialize in creating vintage custom street bikes. So I've had, 5 or 6 bikes built by Brian over there. Shout out to Brian. He's also a good friend of mine. Love you, buddy. And his real skill set is taking like an old, let's say, what I like personally is the old steel Schwinn's. And you get that like customized with like a new fork, put some new saddle on there, some new wheels, new handlebars. You know, I like the fixed gear ride. So that's the kind of stuff that they specialize in at Rhino Velo. I've also had some track bikes put together by him. Absolutely extraordinary place. Anyway, what they're doing on Saturday, September 6th, 3 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. is what they're calling a C38 charity bike ride. So what they're doing is they're going to ride bikes from Rhino Velo Bike Shop in Rhino all the way to the Rapid Stadium, which one is that? Is that called Dick's
Sporting Goods?
I forget the name of that.
Yeah.
Dick's Sporting Goods Park.
Sporting Goods Park.
So it's 90% like bike paths, so it's a very safe ride. However, people usually go over their handlebars at some point. Somebody's going to do that. Largely because there's a very strong tailgate scene before the game, and then during the game, and then after the
Classic.
Game. So it's a very, very fun time. If people are interested in just like a wonderful way to spend kind of this pre-autumnal air. Do they spend that air? It's a great afternoon. That'd be on Saturday as well at 3:30. And the tickets, and actually it's totally free. I'm sorry, you have to buy tickets to the soccer game, but aside from that, it's all in good fun. So we'll link to that in the liner notes. My next event is Black Sky Brewery's 10th anniversary Brutal Bash. I have a little bit of a metal theme this morning. And Black Sky is an old neighbor of ours. Our old office and studio was right at 4th and Santa Fe, which is exactly where they are. So we'd find ourselves over there for their delicious craft beer many a time. And the pizza there is also extraordinary. So shout out to those guys. Happy 10th birthday. That is so cool. We love that spot. And I mean, honestly, their beer is like very, very good. I love it. Last thing from me is Free Ski Film Fest. Night 1 and night 2, which is Friday and Saturday night at 7 p.m. at Summit, which is 19th and Blake Street. Tickets are $22.50, and basically these are all the new ski films that you can see on the big screen before they put them online and streaming and wherever else you'll see your ski movies. So that sounds like a really cool time, particularly something fun to do with your kids and get them hyped up for the season, which is just around the corner. I still need to get a pass. Tom, you got your pass yet?
I do not have a pass yet. No, I need to get mine too.
You're going copper?
I'm going full icon this year.
Nice.
That's the plan. Yeah, I got to be up at Steamboat a little bit more than 5 days this year, so you got to buy the full pass.
Yeah, totally. Is the copper pass cheaper than Icon pass?
Yeah, but it's like $100 cheaper than the Icon base pass. So if you're going to buy just copper, you might as well just spend an extra $100. You get like copper, Winter Park, Eldora for an extra like $100.
Totally.
And then a bunch of other places in the world if you ever travel. But yeah, I think just the copper pass isn't worth it. It has its own like copper benefits, but if you're really just riding, it's not the right thing.
Totally. I might go Epic this year just because I love Keystone. But copper Mary Jane combo.
Yeah.
It's a tough decision.
Keystone is so fun. I spent so many years riding there, like all throughout college.
Yeah, it's so good. And it's just, you can kind of get away from folks, on that backside. It's great.
The backside there, it goes so deep, 3 peaks, like way, way back there. It's so good.
All right, Tom, why don't you give us your picks for the week?
All right, so this week, got some beer events coming up. Hold on, let me pull up my little thing here. So the first beer event I was talking about is beer yoga at the Great Divide Brewing. This is the Barrel Room, same place that they had that Colorado Podcasters meetup, if you remember.
Yeah.
It's over in Rhino on the other side of the river. But yeah, get some free beer and yoga Sunday at noon. You get some complimentary beers if you pay for the yoga class. So that's going to be pretty cool. This other event that I found, I scrapped the other beer event, so let's switch to this, but Slave to the Deathmatch Weekend at the Roxy Theater. This is the Primo's professional wrestling group. So they have 2 days this weekend, the 16th and the 17th, where it's going to be straight death matches, wrestling. You can get over there. Starts at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Doors are at 6, actually.
Dude, sick.
Yeah. We went to one of the wrestling events. We actually sponsored one with Kit Kessler a while back.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Sad I missed that.
It was actually like the first event out of COVID.
Yeah, that was Lucha Libre and Laughs.
Oh, nice.
This is Primo's professional wrestling, but Lucha Libre, all these local wrestling groups. One of my Uber drivers recently taking me to the airport, she was part of these groups. She was actually about to go on a world tour.
Yes,
they
queen.
were doing all Europe with their wrestling group, so that's super sick. But the tickets are $20, and it's 2 days. You can even buy a 2-day pass if you want for $30.
Nice.
So get over there. What else do I got? Red Rocks for this week. Tonight and tomorrow, Flume. That's Tuesday and Wednesday, Flume. Flume Rocks, always a big thing. Thursday, the Revivalists. Friday, Green Sky Bluegrass and the Teskey Brothers. And then Saturday, they got the Snow Shape Winter Fitness Series. I actually didn't look too far into that. I'm assuming that they're going to be getting you all in shape for the snow this year. Saturday, again, you got Green Sky Bluegrass. And then Sunday, Atmosphere.
Cool.
That's pretty good. Little bonus, Monday, Tuesday, Arctic Monkeys, because they are cool. And yeah, that's it. I'm just reading it on that Snow Shape Winter Fitness. It says, moguls are really just Mother Nature's stairs with snow on them. Get ready to ride and slide with this 4-Saturday Red Rocks preseason conditioning series, specifically programmed for skiers, snowboarders, and winter sports enthusiasts.
Nice. Moguls are demon stairs, really.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
exactly. Neither am I. But this looks like it's going to be pretty tough.
My daughter's going to Flume Show on Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's going to be 50 or 60 16-year-old girls on a party bus going to the Flume Show.
To Flume?
So you're feeling
man.
relaxed about that.
Totally fine. If anybody wants to sell me a ticket, I'll pay any price, and I'm going to wear a mustache and dark glasses and just kind of like be on the perimeter.
So those tickets are hard to get, too.
Yeah.
I know. They're going to have so much fun, but I am a little bit worried about it. We had some conversations.
Cool.
It'll be fine.
Flume is cool.
Flume is great.
It's awesome. I saw Flume last year in New York City. It was good, but I've never seen him at Red Rock, so
Yeah, it's going to be sick.
I would like to be there.
I'm surprised they have them going on a weekday. Is it kind of just the thing there? Just concerts throughout the week?
They'll do any time of the week, yeah.
Yeah.
So it just depends what days are available, but the artists that will sell out Red Rocks will take pretty much any day. Like Flume's going to sell it out no matter what
They'll
day
probably
it is.
sell it out both days.
And 2 nights. Yeah, I think last year he did 2 Red Rocks nights and a Mission Ballroom night.
God dang, really?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
So, also, by the way, Troy, we got you on camera now, so we'll tell.
Amazing.
I did some finagling.
Amazing.
And you got him on camera without me being on mine?
It's us on Zoom.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're here on Zoom.
Olivia, good morning. What do you got on tap this week?
Good morning. I am looking forward to Michelada Fest. I feel like last week's conversation, we were talking about like the flea market Michelada vibe, and I was like really missing that. And then I found have you been to the Mile High Flea Market before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I've never been there before. This is how I found out about it, but it's like full on flea market, like produce, shops, buy a guitar, buy a skateboard, buy a belt, garage sale, like everything from pots and pans to like vintage clothes. And it's going to be Michelada Fest. And of course, they say on the flyer that it's the world's best micheladas because you can just say whatever you want. But yeah, just free event access with your ticket to get into with access to the farmer's market, and then there's live music all day and just massive like 1 liter micheladas. So.
That sounds so much fun. Wow. That was the spot when you were a kid. If you want to get stink bombs and switchblades, you go to the Mile High Flea Market.
Oh,
wow.
Dang. Yeah, I've been there. I used to live right over there, and it's actually really cool.
Really?
Yeah. They have so much stuff, and it's open year round.
Yeah, it's amazing. That is the spot. You could buy a carburetor for your car. You could probably buy some high heels in various colors.
I love that.
You can get
buy
everything.
Anything.
I'm like so fueled by chaotic environments like that I'm really looking forward to it.
Plus, micheladas are fantastic because you could have like 10 of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, like
if you can fit them in your body, like they're very filling.
They are. It's true.
I'm not about the tomato flavoring.
I don't like it usually, but in a michelada, I think because it's like a little bit spicy and has like more seasonings, there's chamoy on it.
Put some olives in
I'm
there.
gross about tamarindo and chamoy. I love it.
You can get them there anytime. I'm sure that the festival is going to be great with everyone's different recipes and stuff.
I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds sweet.
Coming up a couple weeks out, we have the Korean Cultural Fest, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be at the Tivoli Quad. It's the first Korean festival that Denver has had. So like we've had our Sakura Festival for several years, but this one is new. Really excited about it. It sounds like they have a lot lined up. Like, of course, you've got lots of food and shopping and artisans, but they also have what they're calling a K-pop dance battle.
Sick.
So gonna find out what that is. And there's gonna be a K-pop performance. I'm not personally a huge K-pop person, but I'm excited to just, take like the whole experience for what it is and check it all out. And then they're gonna have cultural exhibits and presentations like both inside and outside. Kids area with Korean games, and face painting.
Fun.
Free admission, fun for the whole family. It sounds great. And then my last one, I won't dive into too much, but the Buell is doing Beetlejuice right now until the 20th. So if you're getting geared up for spooky season, you're a big Tim Burton fan, you're a big musical fan, whatever, that's happening. It's there for you. And it's not local theater prices. It's like 2/3 of Broadway prices. So
it's not the movie. It's
they launched a live production, or it's a touring production of
cool.
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Dang.
So there's that. Yeah. Highlights for the week. Do you guys want to jump into that?
Let's do it. Go into it. Let's go.
Coolio. My highlight is the Cuba Bakery and Cafe in Aurora. I love this place, and I'm not a huge rainy day fan, but this Sunday was a little bit drizzly. I woke up and I did what my roommates love for me to do on a weekend, which is chef up some chilaquiles for everybody. And then that wasn't enough. For the afternoon, I went and swooped some guava cheese pastries and had that with a cup of coffee, and it just made my weekend. But they're in Aurora on Mississippi. They do the set kind of lunch meal where you can get the rice and the potatoes and the meat if you eat meat, the fried plantains. They do Cubano coffees if you want just straight up rocket fuel.
That's the juice.
It's the bomb. Yeah. We should go there right now.
Yeah.
And you can grab a beer with that for lunch. So.
I did not bring lunch, so yeah.
It is all the way in Aurora, but 10 out of 10 would recommend. Anyway, so that's me for the week. What about you, Ryan?
Nice. Cubano coffee. That's how I do mine. I think what they put the cinnamon in the espresso, and then it's just espresso time with some what is it, the heavy cream or condensed milk.
And they put brown sugar in the puck as well, so it's
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Genius.
It is jet fuel. It's very strong.
It's so good.
I love it.
I'd be freaking out if I had that.
It's so good. I've been to Miami a couple of times in the last couple of years, and that's it. I realize Cuban food is amazing and delicious, but you're in Miami, you can get any kind of food, but it's the Cubano coffee that I really need. Cool. My highlight from last week was Music City Hot Chicken. Oh my gosh, I heard about this place for some time, and I was doing the hot yoga there at, was it 3rd and Broadway?
Yeah.
And I was with a buddy of mine. We got out of yoga. I was like, oh, let's go something to eat. And it's there's something down here. So we walked down there, and there's True Brewery and Music City Hot Chicken. I was like, oh my God, we can go check it out.
Yeah.
So
it's in the back of there, right? It's
Yeah.
in the back of that tap room or whatever it is.
yeah, if we were talking about Black Sky, which is an amazing metal brewery. Well, True Brewery is also a great metal brewery as well. And it's extra metally because it's spelled Trve. You know what I'm saying?
dang.
They replaced the
that's
U with the
metal.
V. So you're going to have to wear some black T-shirts with some white, lettering on there to get in there properly. And their beer is also very good. But in the back of this brewery is Music City Hot Chicken, which is kind of made in a Nashville style. And the Nashville spice is about halfway up their spice indicator. So you can get some lights out hot chicken. I'm too scared to do that.
I did their hot one.
Did you really?
Yeah, it made me feel something. I wasn't dying, but towards the end, I was like, yeah, that one was good.
That was hot.
I tried them around the city, and theirs actually was pretty decent, but it wasn't I didn't not finish it. If something's really hot, I'm not gonna finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, you're a brave man. I'm gonna give it a shot then. I'll be like, if Tom
Yeah,
got through
try it.
this, I'm gonna go through it.
It still tasted good too. That's what makes it good to me.
I'm
If it
looking at
can
their
be hot, but still
Instagram. They
taste
look
good.
insane.
Yeah. The seasoning and the crust, absolutely A+. Plus, sometimes with the Nashville, they fry it, and then you put the butter and the chili oil on top of it. It can be wet. And that's not what I want out of a tendy.
No.
You know what I mean? I want it crisp. And they do it like that. It's a nice, crisp finish. Absolutely extraordinary. The coleslaw was amazing, and the French fries were really delicious too. Service was awesome. So we hung out there, had a couple of beers, ate some chicken, and just vibe with the music and everything. And what I appreciate about them too is they're playing dark black death metal at a volume though that is still commensurate to like have a nice conversation.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of funny to listen to that kind of music at level 3.
Yeah.
But it makes for a really
Like
nice environment.
soft metal listening.
Soft black metal, you know. But it's super cool spot. Shout out to those guys. It was awesome. Tom, how about you, buddy?
Yeah, I'll go quick because I know we got about 10 minutes left. But Big Soda Lake, it's a little reservoir up by Red Rocks, actually, in Morrison. It's so nice. You can go over there. It's like a little state park kind of area, one of those reservoirs. So you go in, it's like $10 for your car for the day. But they have Big Soda Lake Beach there. You can go over, you can rent your paddle boards, you can rent whatever you want, or you can bring your own stuff, put it on the lake. No motorboats on this lake, so it's a smaller one. So you can just paddle around. There's a bunch of people hanging out at the beach. It's a really nice time. If you paddle out enough into the lake, you can get this beautiful view of Red Rocks like behind you and do whatever you want there. You can have some drinks with your friends on the beach. And that's what I did on Saturday. It was great.
Nice.
Bear Creek is phenomenal and fun. I do a lot of archery there. I was there all the time with the kids, but there's kind of a creek bed down along that connects the lakes, and some people have like planted vegetables there. I don't know, maybe years ago, and they've spread. So if you go probably this time, you can probably find squash. You can probably find raspberries down there. You can definitely find celery and carrots. They're just like all over the like river area.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really nice over there. You're like right up in the mountains, but you're not fully into them yet.
Yeah.
So it's really nice weather. I know that summer is kind of ending here in Colorado, especially this week. I think one of our days, the high is 60 this week.
Killer.
So
Nice. Troy, how was your week, man? What was a highlight from your week?
It was good. It was a lot of fun. So my girlfriend's birthday was Friday, and we got a room at the Lafayette Hotel and Pool Club in San Diego, which is a new, it's actually an old hotel. It's in a kind of a historic monument. It's been there since 1941, and it just went through a $31 million renovation and reopened. And the place is crazy. It's insane. They have, restaurants, pool, bars. They have a bowling alley, an arcade, insane food. They have like a 24-hour diner. Like the place is crazy. The architecture is crazy, and it was a super, super fun time. Anyone who's ever in San Diego, I would highly recommend staying there and checking it out. You can get lost in there for sure. The place is out of control.
Nice. How were the rates? What did it cost you for a night?
I think it was $387 for like a basic room. So not like out of control, but
still a nice
A
place.
little spicy.
It's nice. It's worth it. It's worth it for sure. It's like, and the interior of the hotel is kind of done in like a creepy, almost like haunted way. Like the wallpaper's creepy. The hallways are dark red carpets, red walls. It's creepy lamps, but it's like, it's a vibe. It's super fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Killer, man. Tip of the hat to your Las Vegas Raiders. We talked about it a little bit, but we should address it since last week. We were doing a little NFL preview, but I'd say the Raiders look like they got a good football team, and the Broncos didn't play too bad. All in all, I don't like the L, but it was an exciting game.
I don't want to get too excited off week one. I don't want to get my hopes up just yet. They do play the Bills next week, who might be ready for some revenge after last night's tough loss. So we'll see how that goes. If they can win that game, then maybe some glimmers of hope will start to resonate with me.
I feel your hesitance as well. Nice. All right, let's jump right into our feature. We're going to have Olivia go first. So right now, what we're going to talk about are just some favorite movies that are tangentially related to Denver, Colorado. Olivia, what did you pick out?
I picked out Black Klansman, the 2018 Spike Lee film. And
I love that movie.
When I started, have you seen it, Troy?
Yeah, I love that movie.
It's a good one, right? And I actually didn't know that it took place in Colorado Springs. So this is a film that's been on my list forever. I think when it came out in 2018, it was like so poignant that I actually couldn't do it at that time. So it just kind of got benched. It was on my list, but then when we decided to do this as the feature this week, it came up again, and I was like, oh, now's the time. So I had a really good time watching it. It's a gut punch, right? Because it's real history. It's real documentation. It's based on Ron Stallworth's memoir of when he was the first Black detective on the Colorado Springs police force. And not only was he the first Black detective, but he infiltrated the KKK, for those of you who haven't seen it. And so I think that on its own is so incredible that, like, being the first, I think somebody might kind of balk at, putting themselves out there like that. Like, but he did not tread lightly. Like, he engaged in one of, like, the riskiest investigations in American history. And they ended up finding out that there were, like, multiple FBI agents who were members of the KKK. And it's also, in terms of cinema, like, Spike Lee and Jordan Peele did this together. So they're both historically such political directors. Like, that it's going to be hard hitting. They use the film as kind of like a history of, like, race and film in some ways. Like, it opens on Gone with the Wind, and then they reference kind of like blaxploitation films and all of these things. And then it's also really an educational journey in, like, the dialogue and diction that surrounds bigotry and how that's evolved over time. But ultimately, I think that it's just such a good piece of film, and I think that it's ultimately positive because it really uplifts Ron Stallworth as this, like, American hero.
Yeah. And I haven't seen it, but I do know Spike Lee's material enough to know that then he makes it funny somehow.
Exactly. I was trying to think of a good way to say that, but he manages to, like, take this incredibly educational piece of film about an incredibly hard topic, and then he always includes comic relief at exactly the right moment.
The soundtrack in that movie is one of my favorites too. It has an original motion picture soundtrack, and it's like I would just listen to it on my own without watching the movie. It's really good.
Absolutely. Yeah, good shout. It's really good. Well, that's all for me, folks. What about y'all?
Nice. And Olivia, if you have to bounce, please do.
I do have to bounce, actually, so I'm just going to let you guys finish this episode, but it's been a pleasure, as always.
Thanks, Olivia.
Right.
Bye,
See you,
y'all.
Olivia.
Bye. Okay, cool. My pick for the spotlight is a movie called Ink. And Ink was an independently released and produced film from 2009, written and directed by Jamin Winans. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this movie is absolutely freaking extraordinary. I would classify it, I guess, as science fiction. And let me see if I can do a brief synopsis of, like, the plot of this movie. So Ink is this, like, trans-dimensional dark entity, maybe like a demon. And he's trying to get into this club of demons, and they're like, dude, you haven't done enough. You haven't proven yourself to be worthy of joining our demon club. Mm-hmm. You have to do something. And so Ink goes and kidnaps this little girl from this dude in the real dimension and brings it back into this, like, kind of liminal area where he's trying to bring this little girl back to the group of demons to give her as a sacrifice so he can get in the club. So anyway, there's these other entities that are kind of like in the real dimension that are traveling in between the liminal state to try and rescue this girl. And the way that they rescue the girl is trying to get her reunited with her dad. It's unbelievably cool. It's all shot in Denver, and the cast largely is made up of Denverites. And at the time, I knew a couple of people in the movies. Jessica Duffy, she has a lead role in the film. She was a buddy of mine's sister. And Emmy Iquicore was also in the movie, who was a brother of a really good friend of mine, Uzi. Shout out to Uzi. And a lot of people in this film have gone on to do, like, really cool things, particularly Emmy. He's in the Marvel universe now. He was on, like, he's a Marvel character, which is unbelievable. But you can really see it, particularly in this film, because it's a very physical, like, action-packed kind of movie, which action-packed and independent cinema and science fiction, for that matter, don't necessarily go hand in hand, but this one sure does. It's like a super trippy, creepy, dark movie, and it's shot all around Denver. So as, like, a Denver kid, it's like, I know where that alley is. I know exactly where they are.
Wow.
And it's just absolutely phenomenal.
That's fun. I got to check that out.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think you can stream it pretty much anywhere, but it's called Ink. And that is my pick. Tom, what you got?
Sweet. Well, actually, we got to go to Troy first, because I think mine is going to complement what Troy says. So, Troy, give us your movie pick really quick.
Yeah, for sure. So there was actually only, like, two movies that came to mind off the top of the head. that I could think of that had kind of some connection or took place in Colorado. The first one was Dumb and Dumber, because I know
That's what I was
they take a trip to Aspen to collect a briefcase that has money in it. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen that movie. So I had to go with something a little bit more of a quality, serious movie. So I'm going to go with The Shining, a cult classic. One of my favorites of all time. Still probably one of the scariest movies. I think it holds up with movies that come out today, scary movies that come out today. And the story is incredible. The acting, everything. It's one of my favorites. So that's my shout out for Colorado movies. Sorry to steal your choice.
That's okay.
The Shining. Have you seen the behind the scenes video where Jack Nicholson? Is the axe scene, and it's before the axe scene, and he's getting all fired up.
Yep.
He's like chanting to himself and just going crazy.
Yeah,
Getting in the zone. Yeah.
You need to get in the zone for that.
Yep.
Well, one thing that I will say about Dumb and Dumber is that they actually, oh, my camera went dead. In Dumb and Dumber, they actually don't go to Aspen for the real filming. It's actually filmed at Park City in Utah. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So that's one thing that you got to keep in mind. But
That's
they
lame.
do go to the Stanley Hotel when they're at the like owl benefit for that part of the movie. So I thought that would complement The Shining, because actually Dumb and Dumber is also filmed at the Stanley Hotel.
That's awesome.
really?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yep. That's where they filmed. It's like an owl benefit or something where the owls are in the cages. I think somehow one of them ends up killing an owl or something.
He like pops a champagne cork into it or something.
Yeah. The snowy owl benefit. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber is amazing. I haven't seen that in so long. I remember it fondly, but I have a feeling that's the movie I'll watch again and be like, dude, this is ridiculous. I can't handle it. Oh,
Seriously.
not a big gross out guy. Also, shout out, now we're thinking about mountain scenes. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, that scene where Clark is drives underneath that big logging truck.
Mm-hmm.
They shot that in between Silverthorne and Breckenridge, if you know that stretch, right along the blue there. That's kind of a classic Colorado scene.
Definitely. That's great.
Which is wild that they would come all the way out here for that one scene. But it was a pretty sweet stunt, driving under a semi like that. That's not easy.
Everyone's dreamed of doing it.
Everyone has.
I don't know about me, but
Nice. Yeah, I was trying to. There's actually quite a few Colorado movies. There was kind of the ones on the tip of the tongue. There's like What to Do in Denver When You're Dead, which is really kind of a fun gangster movie.
What?
Have you ever seen that one?
No.
It's pretty cool. I think that was kind of a smaller independent release. But it's like kind of it's like a gangster comedy type movie. It's pretty good. But I felt like that one was a little bit too on the nose.
I'm sure there's a lot of other movies here
Yeah,
that
totally.
we're not mentioning. Very scenic
For sure.
state, Colorado.
Absolutely. There should be more of a Hollywood presence here,
I feel like, yeah. I know that the Western Slope gets a lot, like old Westerns are filmed there because that's where those like big rock pillars are.
Totally.
Like on the border of Utah and Colorado. So like every old Western movie was filmed out there.
Yeah, and New Mexico, there's huge movie studios in New Mexico because they've made the tax incentives correct to like get Hollywood out there, and Atlanta has done that, which I just think is cool. If you're going to give tax breaks to anybody, why don't you give it to the entertainment industry so we can get some stars out here?
Yeah.
it looks like
know what I mean?
the Hateful Eight, I think it looks like, was filmed in Colorado. That's a pretty big movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Tarantino.
Yeah.
At peak Tarantino.
Yep.
I didn't know I'm just looking at movies from Colorado. There's a Jim Carrey movie called Copper Mountain.
Oh, I saw that. I've never seen that movie. I saw that on the list though.
Jim Carrey and Alan Thicke.
It's about Copper Mountain?
It's called Copper Mountain, so
They got a super pipe?
maybe, I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could use some more star sightings here. I don't know, one of the more embarrassing things if there was anything embarrassing about the Nuggets' amazing championship run last year, it was when they were playing the Lakers. And so they go to play at LA, and like the whole
Everyone's
there. And then they come to Denver and there was like nobody.
It's locals, yeah.
It's like Russell Wilson and Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
It's like, man, don't we have any stars here?
No, everyone's going in LA, but not here.
I know.
That's for sure.
I know. Which is weird. Why wouldn't they just fly out here? It's like what? It's like 90 minutes tops, and you probably could save several $1,000s on tickets.
Yeah. But even though
Definitely.
tickets were still expensive, obviously, but like they don't care. They're not expensive as the LA ones.
Yeah. Well, and actually, Peyton Manning, Russell Wilson, those are good celebrities. But then they're like, and Eric Andre. And you're like, bro.
Yeah. What's
Come
going
on,
here?
man.
Colorado needs to get some better celebs for their games here, especially the finals. Come on.
Yeah. And shout out to Eric Andre. He probably was a Lakers fan. He was just like, I'm not paying $10,000 a seat.
Yeah.
Coliseum.
No, it was that much though. If you're getting courtside, those were like 50 grand.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, here they're 50,000?
Yeah.
God dang.
For like the finals games, like the last two.
I went
They
to
were
a
expensive.
regular season Laker game at Staples Center, and the furthest away nosebleed seats were like 400 plus fees and tax.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, the Lakers are a proud franchise. That's why it felt so good taking them down so easily. I mean, just,
It was easy.
God, man.
There was big energy here that week.
Right. Jokic is the best player in the world. You can't deny that.
He's also the best guy in the world. Anyone that would win a championship and immediately afterwards be like, yeah, it's a job. And if whatever you do, you don't like your job.
Yeah. He's like, I'm trying to get out of here.
What? You just won. He's
I'm ready
like,
to go home.
So sick of basketball. I want to go race ponies in a little cart.
Yeah.
And he did. And then did you see that? Like his pony won. He was so happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
it was
saw
hyped.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
He's such a good dude.
They even had what's his name? Flew out there. Oh God, he's the younger guy who was on the finals team as the
Gordon,
starter.
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Gordon.
Yeah.
That guy, right after they won the game, he straight up like ran out of Ball Arena and he was out in the streets. I was right over there on Market, and I didn't see him personally, but right where I was, saw the videos of him later on. Just he ran out in the crowd with the people in the riot. It's
With his
crazy.
shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Those were amazing videos because it's like he's probably like 2 feet taller than everybody.
Yeah.
It's just like all these people like mobbing around this giant man.
Yeah. Just imagine how hyped you are. Like,
Dude.
I just won. I just won the NBA Finals. Now I'm going to run out into the riot and
There's 1,000.
everyone's going to love me.
Yeah, there's 1,000 people that love you.
Yeah. Exactly.
They just want to touch you. You're like, uh-oh, this is probably a bad decision.
I got to get out of here. Yeah, I don't think he was out there for long that night. But other nights of the finals, he'd be like, some of my friends were like, we saw him at Federale's after game 2.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, he seems like a straight up nice guy.
Yeah, he's trying to hang.
Yeah. And talk about a guy who got in LeBron's head. Boy, he just owns LeBron. Ah, it feels so good. It just feels so. Troy, are you a Lakers fan?
Yeah.
I appreciate you sitting through this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
It
I know your pain very, very intimately. So
I can't help but be a Jokic fan though, because he's just incredible. So I'm rooting for him also.
cool. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just awesome because the dark period of 4 or 5 months between football seasons is tough. But now we have the Nuggets. And I mean, shout out to the Avalanche. I'm just not a bunch of a hockey guy, but the Nuggets, it's so exciting.
I had some like free bets on DraftKings around this time last year, like the finals, or not the finals, but playoffs. And I think I started with like $5, and then all I would do is just bet like Jokic overs for like 4 games in a row, and I withdrew like 600.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's incredible.
I would just parlay all the Jokic overs, like Jokic rebounds, Jokic assists, Jokic points. And then I got a couple good games in a row where Jokic just went off, and it's easy
Nice.
money. But then obviously I kept betting that until the end of the finals, and they were not hitting towards the end. I think at some point they'll just be like, okay, you need to stop doing stuff so you can be good for the finals. And then Jokic isn't doing like anything in the games.
Yeah.
But this is not gambling advice or financial advice, but Jokic, game one of any series, usually wants to like lay down the groundwork. And
just go
And he
off.
goes off.
Yeah.
Over on the points or the rebounds or something.
All of them. Parlay all of them. The points.
DraftKings isn't legal in California. It's probably a good thing for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could fly out here, Troy, to Denver and get some bets in.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
have
I
to-
just parlayed like the points, the assists. The one that I really hit big, I did like the points, assists, rebounds, and blocks, and maybe steals too.
Dang.
But
And they went over on all of them?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, he had like the like quadruple double that night, where it was just like 1,000,000 points with the triple double.
That is sick.
The dude's so incredible. I mean, it really puts a spotlight on it too when you watch NFL because, you know, in comparison, the NFL is a slow game. Those guys are working hard for about 7-8 seconds. The whistle blows, they gather themselves, take a deep breath. And Jokic is what, like 285, 7'1" or something? He's like a gigantic man. You know?
Yeah, and I had the 3-pointers in that parlay too. 'Cause
Nice.
He was just like any random game. His line is always 2 3-pointers. So if he gets 2, then you're good.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, when he feels like it, he'll get just 3
He'll get
in a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's so big and he runs the court and he does it night after night after night. I see why he sees it as a job. You know, in the NFL, those big guys, they run for 7 seconds and they're pulling themselves out, getting oxygen on the sideline.
Yeah.
So they got zero cardio.
For real.
Right.
That's great. Well, it wouldn't be a Denver podcast if we didn't stan Jokic for a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, God, I love that guy. It really felt like I fell in love with his brothers this season too. You know,
Yeah,
where his
right.
brothers seem like possibly the 2 scariest people in Denver, probably. Because I mean,
Without a doubt.
they're 6'6" at least, giant mafia-looking dudes. They're like drive. Have you seen them around town? There's pictures every now and again that pop up. They're like in red Lambos and like. Because I saw Jokic driving with his girlfriend at the time. I think they're married now and got a little baby, but it was a couple years ago, and he was in a Ford Focus. She was driving. And then he was in passenger side of Ford Focus. It's like, my God, what's the size of that dude in that car? And we pull up and I'm
how
like,
does he
oh
fit in
my
there?
God, that's Nikola Jokic. He's a very humble guy.
Yeah.
He is, you know, he keeps it like real base. But his brothers are flashy. They like to party.
I'm pretty sure he's also got like a Ferrari that says Joker or something that people see the driving around here.
See, I think that's his brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think his brothers are just like banking on his fame. And he's just like, whatever. I just want to go race my ponies.
Oh, I see the Lamborghini SUV with the Joker license plate.
Yeah.
Someone's like, is this him or his brother?
I'm pretty sure they're his brother. They have number 15 gold jewels and all that. Like they know exactly what they're doing, and they appear to be on the team because
Yeah.
immediately after the game
Could
they're
do
on
whatever.
the court,
Yeah, they're on the court.
high fiving all the basketball players.
If there's any ever like a fight or a dispute, they're down there like on the court all of a
Yeah.
sudden like fighting the
Who
players.
was that? The Bucks?
I don't remember.
Wasn't that the Bucks? And like the whole team like showed up at the Nuggets dressing or locker room after the game and like wanted to fight. Mm-hmm.
Is that 2006?
Yeah.
The Knicks?
It was Knicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were like literally trying to fight for real. I'll be like, dude, you guys are great athletes, but like those Jokic brothers, are,
You see these guys?
dude, I wouldn't mess with those guys, man.
Yeah.
If I was 7 foot tall, they look crazy. They look really scary, but also really nice. They're jubilant.
Jubilant. Jubilant boys.
All right, should we leave it there?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Cool. Thanks,
Perfect.
everybody. A big thank you on behalf of Olivia and for all of us. I'm going to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Kitcaster. Kitcaster books your podcast interviews. Specifically, they work with funded startup founders, entrepreneurs with exits, and C-suite executives to book you on the world's top podcasts. If you're thinking to yourself, I really want to get on a podcast, but it's too much work to put a podcast together. If this podcast is any indication, that's true. It takes a lot to make all this stuff come together. So Kitcaster is here to take away that pain point and put you on other people's podcasts, so you can have fun with these conversations and you can promote whatever it is that you want to promote on podcasts, which oftentimes for Kitcaster clients is their business. So check them out, kitcaster.com/application. You can fill out an application and see if it's a good choice for you. Shout out to Kitcaster, kitcaster.com. You can find this podcast at kitcaster.com/Denver and subscribe there on Apple, on YouTube, and on Spotify. I think that's a wrap.
That's it.
Cool. Bye, everybody.
See y'all next Tuesday.